The sun was setting over the skyline of Istanbul, casting long shadows across the bustling streets. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with the scent of spices as Ethan Drake navigated through the throngs of people. His rugged face was set in a determined expression, his eyes fixed on the ancient manuscript clutched in his hand. The Ottoman script, though faded and worn, hinted at secrets long buried beneath the waves of time. Ethan's heart raced as he approached the small cafe where he was to meet Dr. Lara Sinclair. She was seated at a table in the corner, her eyes scanning a thick tome. Her presence was both commanding and enigmatic, and Ethan couldn't help but feel a twinge of excitement at the prospect of working with her. "Dr. Sinclair," he greeted, taking a seat opposite her. "Thank you for meeting me on such short notice." Lara looked up, her piercing blue eyes meeting his. "Mr. Drake, I've heard a lot about you, and call me Lara," she replied, extending a hand. Ethan shook her hand, feeling the strength and confidence in her grip. "Lara, then. I believe we have a mutual interest in this," he said, laying the manuscript on the table. Lara's eyes widened as she examined the document. "This is incredible. An Ottoman manuscript with references to Atlantis? How did you find this?" "Let's just say it was a stroke of luck," Ethan replied with a grin. "But I need your help to decipher it." Lara nodded, her fingers tracing the delicate script. "It's written in a mix of ancient Greek and Ottoman Turkish. Give me some time, and I should be able to translate it." As they worked late into the night, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. The manuscript spoke of an ancient map that led to the lost city of Atlantis, hidden deep beneath the ocean. But the map was incomplete, and the missing pieces were scattered across the globe. The next morning, they were joined by Marcus Kane, a wealthy collector of rare artifacts. His sharp eyes and calculating demeanor made Ethan wary, but they needed his financial backing to embark on this perilous journey. "Mr. Kane," Ethan began, "we appreciate your support, but we need to ensure that this expedition remains focused on uncovering historical truths, not just adding to your collection." Marcus smiled, though it didn't reach his eyes. "Of course, Mr. Drake. My interests align with yours. The discovery of Atlantis would be a monumental achievement for all of us." With the first clue leading them to the dense jungles of the Amazon, Ethan and Lara set off on their journey, accompanied by a team of seasoned explorers and Marcus's private security detail. The humid air was thick with the sound of exotic wildlife as they hacked their way through the undergrowth. "Keep your eyes open," Ethan warned, his machete slicing through the foliage. The map indicates that the first fragment is hidden in an ancient temple. Days of arduous trekking brought them to the temple, its stone walls covered in vines and moss. Inside, the air was cool and musty, and the team moved cautiously, aware of the potential dangers lurking within. Lara's keen intellect proved invaluable as she deciphered the ancient inscriptions, guiding them deeper into the labyrinthine structure. They finally reached a chamber where a pedestal stood, holding a fragment of the map. "We've found it," Ethan breathed, carefully lifting the fragment, but their triumph was short-lived as the ground began to tremble, and the temple walls started to collapse. "Run!" Ethan shouted, grabbing Lara's hand and pulling her towards the exit. They barely escaped with their lives, the temple crumbling into ruins behind them. With the first fragment in hand, the team set their sights on the treacherous mountains of Tibet. The frigid air bit at their skin as they ascended the rocky slopes, facing avalanches and treacherous paths. "This is madness," Lara muttered, her breath visible in the cold air. "But we have to keep going. The second fragment is within reach." Their perseverance paid off as they discovered a hidden monastery, its walls adorned with ancient carvings. The monks, though initially wary, revealed the location of the second fragment after hearing of their noble quest. Ethan and Lara retrieved the fragment, but not without facing a betrayal from within their own ranks. One of Marcus's men, driven by greed, attempted to steal the fragment, only to be thwarted by Ethan's quick reflexes. "We can't trust anyone," Ethan said grimly as they continued their journey. Their final destination was the enigmatic ruins of Atlantis, deep beneath the ocean. Equipped with advanced diving gear and a state-of-the-art submersible, they descended into the abyss, the weight of their mission heavy on their shoulders. The underwater city was a breathtaking sight, its majestic structures illuminated by the submersible's lights. But danger lurked in the depths, as they encountered fierce sea creatures and treacherous currents. As they explored the ruins, they discovered the final fragment of the map, which led them to the heart of Atlantis. There they found the lost relic, a powerful artifact that held the secrets of an ancient civilization. But their victory was short-lived, as Marcus revealed his true intentions. He sought to harness the relic's power for his own gain, and a fierce battle ensued. Ethan and Lara fought valiantly, their determination and teamwork prevailing against Marcus's greed. In the end, they secured the relic, ensuring that its secrets would be used for the betterment of humanity. As they resurfaced, the sun rising over the horizon, Ethan and Lara shared a moment of triumph. "We did it," Lara said, her eyes shining with pride. "Yes, we did," Ethan replied, his heart swelling with a sense of accomplishment. Their journey had been fraught with danger and challenges, but they had prevailed, uncovering the lost relic of Atlantis and securing their place in history. And as they returned to the world above, they knew that their adventure was far from over. For there were still countless mysteries to be unraveled, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The legend of Atlantis had been brought to light, but the quest for knowledge and discovery would continue. Driven by their unyielding spirit and boundless curiosity, Ethan and Lara stood on the deck of the research vessel, the salty breeze ruffling their hair as they watched the sun climb higher into the sky. The relic, now safely secured in a reinforced case, glowed faintly, a testament to the incredible journey they had undertaken. Ethan's thoughts turned to Marcus Kane, who had been taken into custody by international authorities. The betrayal had stung, but it was a reminder of the darker side of human nature that often shadowed the pursuit of knowledge and power. "What do you think will happen to the relic now?" Lara asked, her voice thoughtful as she leaned against the railing. "It will be studied by the best minds in archaeology and history," Ethan replied. "But more importantly, its secrets will be shared with the world. It belongs to everyone, not just one person or organization." Lara nodded, a smile playing at the corners of her lips. "You know, despite everything, I wouldn't trade this adventure for anything. We've made history, Ethan." "And we've only just begun," he said, his eyes sparkling with the promise of future discoveries. "There are still so many mysteries out there, waiting to be uncovered." Their conversation was interrupted by the captain, who approached with a satellite phone in hand. "Drake, Sinclair, there's a call for you. It's from the university." Ethan took the phone, his curiosity piqued. "Hello, this is Ethan." "Ethan, it's Professor Hawthorne," came the familiar voice of their mentor. "Congratulations on your incredible discovery. The academic world is buzzing with excitement." "Thank you, Professor," Ethan said, sharing a look of pride with Lara. "We couldn't have done it without your guidance." "I have another proposition for you," the professor continued. "We've come across new evidence suggesting the existence of a lost Viking settlement in the Arctic Circle. It could be the next big find." Ethan's heart quickened at the prospect of a new adventure. "We're in," Lara grinned, her eyes reflecting the same thrill. "Absolutely." As they ended the call, Ethan and Lara exchanged a knowing look. Their journey had taken them from the bustling streets of Istanbul to the depths of the ocean, and now it seemed they were headed for the icy expanses of the Arctic. The thrill of discovery, the challenge of the unknown, and the pursuit of knowledge were the driving forces that bound them together. "Ready for another adventure?" Ethan asked, extending his hand. "Always," Lara replied, taking his hand in hers. Together they stood on the deck, gazing out at the endless horizon. The world was a vast, uncharted territory, full of secrets waiting to be unearthed. And as long as there were mysteries to solve and ancient relics to find, Ethan Drake and Dr. Lara Sinclair would be there, charting a course through history with unyielding determination and insatiable curiosity. The legend of Atlantis was only the beginning, and their journey was far from over.